Alright, so now that you guys know how to touch off the Z-axis, I want to show you how to touch off the X-axis. So the first step to doing this is knowing the exact diameter of your part. So that's where your caliper is going to come into play. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this exact diameter. And if I look at it, right now it's measuring 2.498. So 2.498. I have to remember that number, write it down if you need to, but you'd have to know that number. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the part inside the actual machine. So in order to do that, you're going to have your part and you're going to have a chuck key. So for the chuck key to work, I'm going to back away my tool from before. So when I have you guys back tools away, what I want you to do first is just push and hold the Z positive button to get it away. I don't want you to use the hand wheel until it's at least somewhat away, because sometimes it'll go the wrong direction and crash the tool. And once it's away, you can use the hand wheel to slowly figure out the right direction and start to bring the tool away. So now I'm going to rotate the chuck around, find the actual location where I'm going to use the chuck key. I'm going to put the part inside. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to slide the part in. I'm going to put it all the way back to the face of the chuck because that's where our 0 is going to be for Z. And I'm going to tighten it down. Now right now you just have to snug it up. Now the idea here for touching off X-axis, which is what we're going to do next, is we are going to, instead of touching off the face of something, we have to touch off the diameter of the machine. So I'm still going to need my piece of paper. But now I'm going to position this using my handle jog. So I'm going to bring it away. And now I'm going to change it to my X-axis. I'm going to crank it slowly in until it's very close to the side of the part, because that's my X-axis, that's my diameter control. So I get it within a couple thousandths of an inch just visually, and then I take my piece of paper and I put it right in there and I start wiggling back and forth and one click at a time until it binds up again or until it sticks. So right now I just wiggle it and I'm doing one click at a time until it touches. Okay, right now it just bound up, so I can take my hand away, it sticks. Now you have to come over to the offset page again, and now we're going to be looking at the X-axis. Okay, so the X-axis is right here. Now in order to get this to change the value, what I want to do is I want to come down to these two buttons I said before, but instead we're going to go ahead and click the X diameter measure. Now what's going to happen is it's going to tell me right here, down on the bottom of the screen, to enter the diameter, and that's where the measurement comes into play. So at this case I have to make sure, I can see right now the old part that was in there was 1 inch, and so I'm going to cancel that away and it's going to delete, and then I'm going to enter in 2.498. That's the exact diameter that I measured my part to be, and then I'm going to hit enter and you're going to see a value change up in X. Okay. They asked me if I want to accept it, and I just say yes. So it's telling me that my X value is negative 8.872 away from. Now you have to put the diameter in because really it's telling the machine how far it is to the center of the part. If you don't tell it the diameter and you touch it off on the edge, it doesn't know if it's an inch away from center or 10 inches away from center. So you have to program in that diameter so it knows exactly how far it is away from the center point. So that's touching off and finding your X value. Now to back this part away, you're going to take and you're going to press and hold the X positive key until it starts to move away. Your paper should start to fall out. Okay, and then once you're a couple hundred thousandths away, you can use your hand wheel to crank it further away and get it out and away. Now you have to do the same thing for tool number 2, but make sure when you crank, or when you want to do a tool change to tool number 2, you back completely away from the part so that when you close it and do the tool change, it doesn't hit. So basically now I would just go turn it forward and that would be it.